I'm not saying I would do it because I wouldn't, but that's what that's the thing. Also, pretty smart strategy. 0% of the cost you don't take.
38, 33, yes. Let me call the IT department real quick. After that, should be good. I hear that.
Washington State just scored a touchdown with 1 second left. So it only goes by. But then Washington State.
I see that strategy.
Charlotte earlier this year, they're one of the ones that got in the first week, FIU. And their first like 3 or 4 plays on defense in that game, and 3 or 4 of the worst passes I've ever seen in your entire life. All consecutive plays. And I was like, if I ever get a chance to answer on the this year, all this credit. It's all I need to see. It's like 4 plays where they were just like 20, 30 yards away from the I'm sorry, Will.
question is that? I'm just waiting for the screenshot. Charlotte. Sit there, Charlotte. Where is it? It's one last year. 38-7. Points here, doesn't it? I think you did. You gotta score touchdowns in this game. You should also cover 40.5. Oh, yeah, yeah. Zips Nation was furious. Yeah, they were dirty plays.
I know, I was kind of like, because he was like just thinking about, oh, yeah, it was 23. I guess the theory was
All right, welcome to Coach Heupel's post-game press conference. Coach will make an opening statement, and then we'll go into questions. Just raise your hand, and we will call on you. Coach?
Hey, man, what a great night on campus in Rocky Top, man. Like, fan base, unbelievable energy. Knew it would be that way, man, but it even surpassed my expectations. Vol walk was unlike anything I've ever seen as a college football player or college coach, man, and the energy inside the stadium was electric. You guys are a huge part of this win tonight. Appreciate everything that you guys have done here as we've tried to build this program. Really excited for our players, just the growth that they've shown, the ability to compete no matter what the score was, no matter what was going on in the football game, just resilient and fierce competitors, and where we've grown in the time that I've been here. Just really proud of our players. There's a whole lot that we can do a whole lot better, but the goal for us is to find a way to win each Saturday that we're on the field and be the best football team, and we were able to do that tonight, and great game, man. So it was fun having a lot of VFLs back too, man. We had a lot of former players back. It's great to have guys, I mean, from all eras too, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. It's important that we have those guys around. I appreciate those guys making the trip and being a part of this tonight. I'll open it up.
David, then Rob.
Josh, after a week of build-up and obviously today not a real typical game day for you guys, what is it like, and what does it mean for this program to win a game
What do you mean, not a real typical game day?
I mean, going on game day, obviously you have game day here, all that stuff, all the sort of the pomp and circumstance of today. What does it mean to win a game in this situation?
Yeah, the game day atmosphere. This is Rocky Top. This is what it is. There's been some times where it hasn't been that, but man, ball walked the way it is. That stadium rocking the way that it is. That is Rocky Top for our recruits and for our players. It's what we've built, and this is one of the great stories in all of college football. And that's why the stadium looks the way that it does. I thought our players handled the week itself in a really positive way. I told them early in the week, like everything that we worked for, just having been a player, like blocking out the outside noise is not real. Like it's everywhere, and so you're going to hear it. Understand the opportunity that you've created for yourself, right? Like what the game's going to look like, and the opportunity that we have. College game day being here, the stadium, the energy, all of that. Understand what it is, and now it's about your preparation. And I told the players today when we got done with our walkthrough right before we got on the bus, man, soak it in, enjoy a moment of ball walk, enjoy what it looks like running out that tee today, and then reset and be fierce in the way that we compete for each other. And I thought they prepared in a great way, and then they were opportunistic and competed really hard for each other today.
Coach, the touchdown drive, 99 yards just before the half, how significant was that? And just is that kind of a snapshot of Hendon Hooker and a senior quarterback?
Yeah, obviously huge in the way that the game played out, right? We score on that one. We score on the beginning of the third quarter. We're in some long yardage situations during the course of that drive. Got it going, made a huge play with Ramel down the sideline. There were some big plays in the football game. Hendon played his butt off tonight. Like, he played at an elite level. Decisive with the football, accurate with the football, intermediate, short, long. Used his legs at the right time, created big plays there, and just a tough competitor, man. And offensively fed off of him all night long.
David Pascal in Austin.
Josh, Cedric's been such a big part of things for you ever since you've been here. Obviously tonight wasn't
Nobody was happier in the locker room than Cedric was tonight.
Well, he was moving around in that boot pretty well after the game on the field. But just your reaction to the way Brew and Ramel and everybody else stepped up.
Yeah, it's a team game, and we love Ced and recognize what he brings to the table. Somebody goes down, I don't care what position, what unit it's on, it has to be a next man up mentality. You've heard me talk about preparing for your opportunities so that when you get it, you're ready to take advantage of it. I thought Ramel did a great job tonight and made big plays, won his one-on-ones, executed extremely well. And, obviously with Ced, bye week here, we'll see where we're at, but hopefully we can get him back for the next one.
Can you talk about Hendon's toughness? I know you went to the injury tent a couple of times and just went out there and just gutted through it. I know you talked about the game, but just to see him kind of look in his eyes when he wasn't out there, and just how much he was pushing through and cutting through and playing well. And then secondly, you seem to kind of hold them down on the ground, at points in the game. Talk about your run defense.
Hendon, fierce, played like a warrior tonight. We had a lot of guys that did that, but Hendon was relentless in the way that he competed and obviously was well enough to play the way that he did, and played at an unbelievably elite level. Defensively, I have not even looked at the stats here. I don't know what their rushes were, but I thought for the most part we handled the run game extremely well. There were a couple times that we let them come out the back door on some of their zone read concepts. The quarterback hurt us a couple times early. We didn't get to them as much in their max protection as we needed to. They were able to hit some shots down the field, but I thought we did a good job against the rush against them.
Jimmy and Wes.
Your offense was incredibly efficient, other than a couple of fumbles. Just talk about what made it. Was it Hendon Hooker or other things that led to that?
Yeah, the fumbles were critical, hurt, and then the fourth downs where we weren't able to convert. We had been executing at a really high level there. Those were things that hurt us in the football game and changed the way the game was played. Gave them an opportunity, to hit an onside kick and have a chance there at the end. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of things in all three phases that we can get better at. However, we'll take this one and enjoy it.
Josh, I know you talk about in football all the time, right? Guys get hurt, it's the next man up, and you do that. And Ramel Keaton today sort of kind of lived by that. What did you see? Have you seen this kind of a potential in him? I mean, that he could step up and make kind of these plays in these games?
You guys have seen him when he's been given the opportunity. He's made plays. That's, you know, in the early part of this year. It's last year too. Hendon's got great confidence in him, and to me that tells you everything that you need to know about Ramel the player. And we have a ton of confidence in him too.
Every program as they evolve have to have sort of benchmarks. What part do you think winning a rivalry game, beating ranked teams has in the overall picture?
I don't know the answer to that other than this was the next one on our journey here this year. Our kids competed and prepared in a great way, found a way to get a win. It's huge for our fan base. Obviously, the past is the past for the guys, coaches, and players inside of our program, but it's something that obviously our fan base is aware of. But I'm really proud of our guys, man. They compete, man, and today was a great example of that.
Joe, then Vince.
Yeah, Josh, just wondering what you're thinking there down the end after they get that onside kick, they get kind of in range, and then the aggression that you guys had on that final play.
Yeah, make a play. Didn't want to be able to just sit back there and pat it all day long, and find a way to get off the football field and come away with a win. Obviously, Hans team, we got to find a way to come up with that one on the second attempt, and there's some things that we can do better. Clock management to change that too.
Josh, a couple things. I know a lot happened afterwards, but how big were those defensive stops early when Florida drove on you guys a couple times and they came away with no points?
Yeah, the early part of the game, both teams go down, don't get points early. The stops, the missed field goal, the pressure we apply on the field goal, all of that was a huge part of the football game. And our kids were resilient, continue to compete, and there's some things defensively that we did really well. There's some things that we got to get better at. Just, communication, being in the right spot as far as our drops in the secondary, playing a little bit tighter in some of the situational football. Got them in second and long, a decent amount. Just didn't get off the football field in second and long and third and long the way that we need to.
I know you got to probably look at the tape, but how much did Omari Thomas pop out to you with some of the plays that he made today?
Yeah, deflected ball, I think, there in the late part of it. Did a really good job in the run game. Obviously, we'll see a lot more as I watch the tape.
David, then Austin.
Josh, when you look at Hendon tonight, how close is that to the best you've seen Hendon, and to get him to reach the ceiling that you think he can have? What do you need to see from him?
I mean, it's a really efficient night, good in the pass game, really good in the run game, decisive, controlled it. Had 6 incompletions. I don't know what they were, but man, he was efficient and effective all night long, and fortunate and love having him as our trigger guy.
I asked you about this on Thursday when you talked about just having all the recruits in and having that atmosphere. When you look around at the end of the game's over and the team's celebrating over there with the students, but you look around the stadium, it's still checker.
Yeah.
What do you think that
And you look at our players over with our student body at the end of the game. I've never seen a scene like that at the end of a game after it's over. It's a huge part of the impression and the energy that recruits see and feel, and it's real and it's genuine, and they get an opportunity to see what the locker room's like too, which is huge, and there's a lot of positive things inside of our building, the culture that we're building.
2 more questions, Mike, then David Pascal.
Yeah, Josh, I mean, obviously you've got some familiarity with the Heisman Trophy as a former runner-up. When Hendon has this sort of performance in this type of offense, do you embrace the kind of attention and popularity, I guess, that he'll get out of a performance like this?
Yeah, I mean, you continue to win. You continue to play the way that he is. You're going to get a lot of attention, deservedly so. Be mature enough as an individual and as a football team to handle it, but those things are as you continue down this journey here over the next month, you got to continue to play the way that he is, but he's special.
Josh, you've got one of the earlier buys in the league, or open dates in the league. Do you like that, given the schedule, or do you wish y'all could keep going? I know you got to.
You never get to control it. You never know if it's going to be the right time. For us, it is the right time. We get an opportunity to have some guys catch their breath and hopefully get a little bit healthier, and that's in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and guys that are playing on special teams too.
All right, thank you. We have players waiting.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Sean.
Over here, Sean, we got a mic over here. All right, everybody, we'll take questions for players here from your right to left. We have Jabari Small, Latrell Bumpus, and Amari Thomas. Please raise your hand, and I'll call on you. We'll start with Patrick.
So, Latrell, you've been here for a while. Where does this one rank, just the emotions and winning this game?
It's definitely up there, probably the top three. Just being here a long time, and a couple times, we just 1 or 2 plays away, and then we wind up on the bad side. So it finally feels good, to go out there and all the hard work pay off, and come up on the winning side.
With David, Mike, Austin, and then Joe.
For you guys, especially on the defense, what was it like to see 0-0s and you guys win and survive that last play? What did that feel like?
It feels great because I think in the past a lot of times, when the clock ended, we was on the losing side. So now, you finally get that feeling of the winning side, and it's something that you can't compare.
Two things. One, Latrell, what are the other games in those top three? And Jabari, that 99-yard drive right before halftime, how important was that as just a statement that this was going to be different than some of these other games?
Another game in the top three, I think I would put Georgia Tech up there first, my freshman year, and I put Auburn up there. I think it was like my sophomore year, junior year, 1 2.
I think that's when the game changed for the offense. Just trying to, doesn't matter what the clock says, just trying to fight and compete. That's what Coach Heupel harps on. So I think we just tried to finish the drive and just compete.
It was I believe.
Me?
Yeah.
Guys, just as Tennessee kids, to get this win, see the atmosphere, see the ball walk. What's that mean to you three?
For me, I'll say it's just it's surreal. Honestly, just being able to come here and really just experience all that and see how it's changed from when I first got here to what it is now. It's just crazy, and this is something we just want to keep building on, honestly, and just get it better and better every week.
It's really undescribable because, when I first got here, it's been a lot of ups and downs. And at the Vol Walk, there'd be a few people there, but it wasn't anything compared to how today was. It was unreal. You can't really describe it, but we'll have a lot more of those experiences in the future.
Yeah, my bad. I've never been a part of nothing like that before, just the Vol Walk, just feeling the energy. I've definitely felt the fans, the crowd, my family, and me being from Tennessee, there's a lot of people, my peers, that go to Tennessee, so just to get that win and just have fun with them is amazing.
Eric and then Joe.
Jabari, over here. How do you feel physically? You got around 20 touches tonight, and how important was that 39-yard run to kind of get you going?
I feel good. I feel good because we got a W. I probably feel it tomorrow, but definitely a 39-yard run just to bust and get my confidence and just get my feet going. It felt real good.
Yeah, Amari, I just wanted to ask you about the forced fumble. If you could walk us through that play, and then actually for you and Latrell, how big was that moment, turning them over at that spot?
That was a big moment for us. Something we harp on as defense is just creating turnovers, creating negative plays for our offense, and just really being able to, excuse me, we know he's a scrambler. He likes to scramble. So when he was able to step up in the pocket and get a chance to just get a hand in there, get that ball out, it was really a good experience, honestly. And it was just something that we needed for the team. And we harp on, like, somebody make a play. Somebody just had to make a play.
How would you guys describe playing in an atmosphere like this and looking up, seeing the seats checkered, and just feeling the energy of the crowd?
Like, I'll say for me, like Latrell said, just it's undescribable. Just you get out there and then you just look and see the checker and you like, this is like really happening. Like you really just want to soak it in and just enjoy it, but know at the same time like it's a business. Like we here to win this football game, but you gotta love the Vol walk, all the fans, checker, all that. You gotta enjoy it.
Wes, Adam, Penn, and Vince. Next four.
Jabari, when were you sure that you were going to be able to play in this game, and were you thinking I can get 20 plus touches in this game?
I was probably sure after the first practice. I was very nervous. I didn't know if I was going to be able to run and just be me. But it was the first practice, and just once I knew I could run and I could go, I told Coach, like, don't hold me back, don't limit me. I'm trying to do whatever you ask of me. So I didn't know it was 20 carries, whether it be 10 touches, whether it be blocking. Just try to do my assignment to the best of my ability.
Jabari, I guess a win's a win, but to move forward with this program, how critical was it to beat Florida? What does that mean?
It's a very big win for the program. It's actually the work we put in is actually showing in the wins. Winning carries a lot. So just beating Florida, our rival, I'm still trying to soak it in. It's just a big win, and it just shows how far we've come. And Coach Heupel and everything he's doing, he's going in the right direction. So the future is bright.
Yes, we have a lot of questions, so if you raise your hand for a second now, I might not get to you, just to let you know, okay? Vince and then Ben.
Jabari, I know you've seen Hendon Hooker play some great games, but banged up tonight, second player in Tennessee history to throw for over 300 yards and run for 100 yards in a game with Josh Dobbs. Just how do you describe Hooker's performance tonight?
I told him on the field after he busted a long run, I was like, you special. I was just like in awe. I was like, man, I'm a fan right now. But Hendon, he's the same person every day. He stays true to the game, always smiling. He does everything right off the field. So when you see it on the field, it just translates. You know what I mean? You only can root for him. So it's an honor playing with him. Like I said before, great player.
Omar, a Hendon question for you as well. Just a good chunk of the team came over to him after the celebration and singing Rocky Top. I think you were one of them. What does he mean to this football team?
Hendon means a lot. He shows every day, like Jabbar said, he's the same person every day. He comes in ready to work. He's always pushing everybody to be better than what they were the day before. And he's just a true teammate. He wants everybody to be the best, including himself, and he's willing to push everybody in the locker room to be the best. And no matter who it is, he's always just encouraging people and just encouraging the team.
Chris?
Latrell, you've been around the program for a while. Could you feel it among the fans before the game and certainly after the game, what beating these guys finally means to so many people in Rocky Top?
Yeah, I definitely felt it earlier in the week because I never seen this many fans, up here as early, like on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday and stuff. So you already was catching the vibe. And even around campus and stuff, you got everybody juiced up and things like that. And it's just something that I don't think any of us has ever got a chance to experience, and it was something great to see.
We'll go Joseph, and then we'll go to Mike.
Amari, Latrell, when you see Hendon Hooker play as the defensive side of the ball, knowing what he can do on the offense, how does that help y'all when y'all need to stop or you need to make a big play?
Well, we just believe in playing for each other. We know when the offense going, they gonna get going. Defense got to get going. Defense going, the offense gonna get going. It's just a true brotherhood. Honestly, we know that when like you said, when Hendon's balling, the offense balling, the defense gonna back them up, and it's vice versa.
Yeah, Jabari, I was going to ask you said how far we've come. Obviously, there was a lot of turnover personnel-wise. The difference in the huddle this year versus last year, the organization, the comfort level, how would you describe that, being in that huddle with Hendon, how different that has been over the course of 1 year?
It's very different. We kind of have a very good feel for the system and the play calling. We do a lot of study and film on the defense as well, so we know what's going to pop, we know what's open. And sometimes, even today, I think it was like 4-minute offense, we know how to slow the tempo down when needed. So we know how to go fast, go tempo, use that to our advantage, but we still got to play football and use the clock and all those type of things.
We'll do 2 more for these guys. We'll go Paige and then finish with Patrick.
I guess for Bumpus then, we talked about how the defense played today, but those 3rd and 4th down conversions by Florida, just what's the takeaway from that and maybe trying to get off the field a bit faster?
Yeah, I think we just have to go look at the film and get the small things corrected. And if we can get the small thing corrected, I think that'll help us in the long run, and I think we're prepared for those situations because a lot of times in practice we'll do like sudden change, whether that's, a long conversion or, a turnover off those downs. So when those things do occur, we're already ready and prepared for it.
Patrick, last one for this group.
Jabari, one of your uncles, I think, played at Florida. Are you looking forward to talking a little trash after this game?
He's actually waiting on me outside. Yeah, I think he's wearing a Florida shirt too, so it'll be fun.
You decided what you're going to say to him yet?
I haven't. Thank you for reminding me.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll have Hendon Hooker and Rue McCoy here in a second.
Thanks.
All right, same deal. Raise your hand. We'll get you. I'll call you for questions. We'll go Rob, and then we'll go to David.
And then obviously it was a big stage. You knew it was going to be that way. It's been a crazy week. What does it feel like to come through like you did with the spotlight on you in the program like it was today?
I really didn't feel, any spotlight or any stage. It's us out there playing football like we do every day. So, another day in the office, and the outcome was how we wanted this to be.
Hendon, can you take us through that run in the 3rd quarter? It was that 44-yard run where it seemed like a combination of your athleticism and instinct. There was at one point you were kind of directing traffic and sent Princeton into a block. I mean, how much fun is that? And is that kind of when you're at your best as far as using all your skill sets?
Yeah, it's a great time just to be out there and competing at a high level, with my brothers. P made a great instinctive play, by just picking up color. And he saw a guy from the opposing team and got a body on him and freed me up for a nice run.
Mike?
And then that drive right before halftime, 2 plays in that. One, Ramel's catch. What did you see on that play? And then 2, you had a run late in that where you seemed pretty fired up right at the end of it. What was just kind of that sequence like for you?
Yeah, I got one-on-one to Mel on the outside, and the safety kind of rotated to the boundary. So, I was taking advantage of that matchup, and Mel made a great play, a great catch on that. Salute to him. And then, on the run, just showing my enthusiasm for, the success for the team.
David Oven?
Hendon, why were you able to be so effective and efficient today without Cedric on the field?
Like I said, prior weeks, these guys put in a lot of work. The receivers put in a lot of work, the tight ends, the running backs, and the offensive line. So, one guy doesn't stop the show. They all have great things to bring to the table, and they can play at a high level. And they play with a chip on their shoulder. And, we have something to prove, and we want to prove that every night out.
Austin, and then Jimmy, and then Adam.
Brew, what's this experience been like for you? It's the first time we've talked to you. Getting here, getting eligible, making plays at Pittsburgh, and obviously tonight. When you kind of went on the ball walk and walked out to the stadium, I know that's different from playing out west. So, how surreal is some of that?
Extremely. It's a lot different than where I came from, and I've just done my best to ride the roller coaster the best way I can and lock in for the team and do what I can. I came here to do a job and to help this team win, and that's what I've been trying to do.
Jimmy and then Adam.
Brew, with Cedric Tillman out, did you feel a sense that, hey, this is my time to step up, I really need to come through for this team?
To an extent, yes, but at the same time, we work really hard every day to come and do a job, and you try not to think too much about who's on the field other than accomplishing what you came to do.
Ended it. We could tell you were wincing a little bit, some kind of injury early in the game. What was your pain level, and why didn't you come out of the game?
Yeah, it's ups and downs and aches and pains throughout the game of football. It's a physical game. Persevering through that is something I pride myself in. just being a warrior and competing for my brothers.
Did that change how you played?
Oh, no, not at all.
Why not?
It's part of the game, like I just said. You're going to get hit hard. You're going to be banged up. If you can go, you can go. If you can't, you can't.
Ben?
What was the mindset of the receivers all throughout this week, coming into the game knowing that they were probably going to be able to play?
Like I said before, every day we go out on the practice field and put in work to get a job done. You don't really think about anything more than the scheme and executing, doing what you need to do. We knew that there was a lot that was going to fall on those who had to step up, me being one of them, but nothing really changed as far as the mindset. We stayed focused, locked in on what we need to accomplish.
Mike?
Hendon, snapping a streak like that Tennessee had against Florida, does that raise the ceiling anymore as far as taking a weight off the shoulders, confidence moving forward with other big games ahead against programs like Alabama and Georgia?
We still have the same mission, and that's getting to Atlanta. So just staying the course and coming in every day and getting better is our goal, and just being accountable and sticking together as a team.
All right, we'll go to Patrick.
Brew, like I said, this is the first time we've talked to you. You obviously had to wait about if you're going to be clear or not. Yeah. Coach Heupel talked about the moment where you got the call. Just can you kind of go back to that, and what was that moment like to know that you get a chance to play and get to do what you work to do?
Prior to it, I was really anxious, just waiting to find out. I came a long way, and finally getting to know. More so, I was just happy to be able to give something to the team, provide something, and not just be a body that came in and there was all this media behind it, and now I actually got the opportunity to come out and play and do something for the team. And so it was just a big weight lifted off my shoulders and my family's shoulders, and I was just extremely excited.
Given your career journey, how anxious were you to kind of make it about what's on the field and your play?
About as anxious as you can be, but at the same time, I've grown older and matured a lot and learned, and I was just happy for the opportunity.
So Brent and Chris.
Hey guys, for both you guys, you both played in big games, whether it's here or other places. Coach Heupel made it very clear this week, enjoy the moment. How beneficial was it for you guys to get that message early in the week, to kind of not letting the outside stuff weigh on you at all?
Really, we were already preaching that inside the locker room. It's about us. It's not about the glitz and glamour outside this locker room, and everyone approached it as that. Everyone came in and stayed to the regular schedule. Everyone came in and got extra work per usual. So, nothing's really surprising us. Nothing's really catching our eye that's different. We're just coming in doing our job.
Chris?
Hendon, none of you guys were around for all those losses of the last 2 decades, these guys, but these fans were. To soak that up with them after the game and see what that meant, what was that like for you guys?
Yeah, that's a wonderful feeling. We do it for them. We come out here and prepare and play as hard as we can to put on a show for them. They express their feelings, whether good or bad, and that's their job. They're the fans. We appreciate all their love and support, and we're going to continue to work hard and put on a show.
And then with Florida scoring as much as they were, how important was it for you guys to be as efficient as you were offensively, and I guess maybe specifically that 14-point swing, scoring right before half and right after half?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every drive out, we're trying to put 6 on the board, and that's what we accomplished tonight, and that's what we plan to do continuing down the road.
Blake?
Hendon, whenever you signed with Tennessee, it was, with a different coaching staff. When did it hit you sink in that Josh Heupel's offense would be something that you would enjoy and maybe flourish in?
Yeah, from day one. I remember talking to Coach Heupel in my recruiting process when I was in high school, but I just never got a chance to really go out there to Missouri and take a visit and, kind of see what that community was like. But, his offense is amazing. I remember when he was at UCF, I used to watch their games on ESPN, whenever I could. So, I was a big fan. Once I learned that he was coming here to be our head coach, I was very excited.
We have time for a few more guys. We'll go Vince, and we'll go Karthik after that.
Brew, Cedric Tillman had mentioned how close you guys were, even though you hadn't been on campus very long. Why did you have that? Do you have that connection so quickly with Cedric Tillman?
I think we both come from the West Coast, so that's a little bit, we can kind of relate there. Probably 2 or 3 guys from the West Coast on this team, and we played each other in high school, so we kind of had a pre-existing relationship. And then getting here, he was kind of, me and him connected when I first got here, and he really helped me come in along with Hendon, and brought me in as a part of this team. So we've kept building a relationship, and we knew we had something special.
Perfect.
Obviously, you all were really animated on the field in celebration of winning this game. Can you take us a little look into what the locker room celebration was like and how fun it is to win games like this?
Yeah, there's no better feeling. I think everybody felt, let out a big sigh of relief after the end of the game. You celebrate, you see the fans, just how happy they are. Everybody in the locker room, the coaches, the staff, we all just kind of soaked in the moment, enjoyed it the best we could. And, right now is the time to just be in the moment. Next week we'll be forward-facing, but right now we get to enjoy it. And, there's no better feeling, celebrating with the guys you put in work with every day.
And then when Kamal got that interception at the end of the game ended, was the initial reaction more relief, excitement, or a little bit of both?
I don't know, honestly. It was kind of just I'm glad we got the dub. That's what we came to do. So, as long as we got the dub in the win column, I'm happy. So, I'm happy Maul made a great play. I'm happy the defensive line, got the pressure on the quarterback, and we got the win.
And then Coach Heupel talked about your trust in Ramel and how much you trust Ramel. When he makes that diving catch, y'all go so fast. Did you have any kind of time to look and just see how much he actually laid out for that thing?
I saw it real time. Like I say every week, these guys put in ample amount of work throughout the week. I remember on Thursday I was coming from dinner and I saw a couple receivers out there catching the jugs. They're constantly in the film room and constantly eager to get better. So when I say I have trust in all my receivers, I really have trust in all my receivers because they make plays on a daily basis. This is nothing new. We've seen Ramel make these plays all the time. So I have full trust in everyone that's out there with me, and I love getting them the ball.
Let's see the last one.
When you thought you were going to come play here and you wanted to be a part of this, when you thought about maybe what games would be like here, the environment, everything, the noise, is this kind of what you pictured it would be, or did you have any concept of just kind of how nuts it would be?
No, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into in the best way ever. Couldn't picture it, couldn't fathom it. The sound, the crowd, everything. It's an unbelievable experience. It's surreal. I made the best decision I've made coming here.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.